There are some. Wait. Let me see here. Who could be the best and worst? It's been a while since I made a tier list. I might make it like in detailed. Would you guys be interested in like a detailed tier list? Well, let me see. Let me look at this cast real quick. Who could be contender? Pikachu's a contender for best. Peach might be. Nah, I don't know if Peach is. Peach is really, really, really good, but I don't know if she's a contender for best. I feel like she's like right under contender for best. Like she's right there, but I just think there's some more high potential options. I feel like she's just barely under that. I mean, Wario used to. I think Zero Suit could be the best. I think Zero Suit could be a contender for the best character. Zero Suit could run away so hard. If she doesn't want to fight, she can literally just threaten timeout, just like Sonic. A lot of Zero Suits don't play like that, but she can literally do that. A lot of people don't talk about this, but if you've been watching online tourneys, a lot of times Zero Suits realize they can literally just pick Kalos or a lot of campy stages against like characters like Snake or whatever, and just like get the lead and then just jump back and forth down B. It's extra good online, but even offline, you have so much control and mix-ups you can do. If you threaten timeout all the time, if you are willing to play to win no matter what, and threaten timeout just like Sonic players are willing to threaten timeout, Zero Suit could be contended for the best in the game. I need to talk to Mars. No, I don't. Japanese tier lists put Zero Suit as #1 in the game, and if not, I don't know if that's the case anymore, but there have been several Japanese tier lists, or at least one that I've saw, that was like from reputable sources that put Zero Suit #1 in the game. Now, I'm not saying she is, but I think she's a contender. A lot of people are scared of patches, buffs, and nerfs, so sadly, the community rewards lying about your character and just pretending your character is bad, because if you do that, you won't get nerfed. Unfortunately, that's the sad reality. So everyone plays that game. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Literally, everybody gets rewarded for pretending their character is bad. But yeah, that's just how it goes. Wario, I used to think was a contender, but I don't know about it anymore. His up tilt and WAF getting nerfed is pretty huge. I don't think he's a contender for best anymore. I still think Wario's top tier, but I think he's definitely lost his contender for best. Snake's carried by online, but really good nonetheless. Wolf, again, he's good, but he's not super good. Sonic is weird, because Sonic, I feel like, is amazing, but I don't think he's a contender for best character. I just think he's really good. I actually think Pokemon Trainer could contend. Pokemon Trainer actually was amazing, and they didn't get nerfed. Keep in mind, all the other characters that were threatening him for like better than him have gotten nerfed, and Pokemon Trainer remains amazing without being touched by recent patches. And they kind of went under the radar because when the character gets worse online. But don't forget how good Squirtle offline is. Squirtle offline is crazy, and I think people forget how good Squirtle offline is. Remember when Tweak fought Samsora at EVO in person in EVO 2019? I think Tweak Squirtle 2-stock Samsora twice in a row at EVO. Double 2-stock Squirtle versus Peach. And you could say, oh, Tweak's amazing, but you could also say Samsora's amazing, and they're number 2 and 3 rank. So that was the result. And there's been a lot of at a SmashCon 2019. There were like 7 or 8 Pokemon trainers in like the top 8. In the top 64, I mean. It was the most common character in the top 64. But the thing is, online makes you forget about Squirtle, because you don't see Squirtle's max potential online, which is the best Pokemon trainer character. So that's a big deal. You don't see Squirtle's best potential, you know? So a lot of people forget. Palutena is still broken and might be the best character. Palutena still might be the best character. Palutena is broken. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. She might still be the best. Don't let Palutena apologists trick you. Pac-Man is broken. I don't know if he's a contender for best. He's not. I don't think there's enough reps for him to be contender. I put him like the layer under contender, like around Peach, where like he's amazing and I think he's super underrated. I don't think he contends for #1, but I certainly think he's top tier. I think he's top tier, but not the best. Shulk has theoretical best in the game potential. I think Shulk has theoretical best in the game potential. We all know about the theory Shulk, and Japan thinks he's top 3. The problem is most people aren't using his max potential, but when you think of him objectively in like how he can handle different situations and what his tools allow him access to, thinking of it from a logical perspective, it makes sense that he would have that potential. Keyword potential. Inkling, I feel like Inkling's up there, but not best. Cloud's carried by online. Joker's obviously contender, but we all know about Joker. Salem thinks Hero's top 3, but I don't think the matchup spread. I think Hero's really good, but I don't think Hero's top 3 like Salem thinks. Salem also thinks Steve's top 3. But yeah, I think these characters are really good, but I don't think they're contender for #1. At one point I thought that he might be, but I changed my mind. I think he's based on match. He has really good and really bad matchups. That's not best in game potential. The best DLCs are probably Joker. Joker and Min Min are both contenders for the best. Terry's really, really, really good, but he's a little bit carried by online. But he's still top tier regardless. But I wouldn't put him on Min Min Joker level for offline. And offline Mithra is, I think, another contender. So I think those are the contenders for the best characters. Those are the characters who could potentially be the best, in my opinion. Yeah, Steve with max power is broken, but a lot of characters can just rush him down and not care about that. I don't think Sephiroth's a contender for best. I think Sephiroth's really good, but I don't think he's a contender for number one. I think he's a top tier. I think he could be top tier, but there's a difference between being top tier and being the best. For example, you saw how good Peach is? I didn't put Peach as a contender for number one. Although, honestly, maybe she is. She's on like the border where she might be. I definitely think, yeah, it's really hard to say. The problem with Sephiroth is like his matchups are really good and then really bad. Because a lot of characters can duck under his sword, which stops his forward air approach, which takes away a big part of his game. Mario is not a contender for best. Actually, now that I think of it, I guess Peach... Okay, I'm going to add Peach. I think Peach is another contender for best. She does have a lot of tools for different situations. She has her bad matchups, but she's like on the board. I think Palutena is still better than Peach. But she's still borderline, keyboard borderline contender. Like, I don't think she... Yeah, okay. I guess she's, like, theoretical. Like, she can do everything. She can do everything. I don't think she's better than Palutena or Min Min. Okay, I'm going to add Peach and Daisy to the list. But reluctantly. Alright, so that's pretty much my idea of who I think the best characters, the contenders for best in the games are. I think Rob's up there, too, but I think Rob's, like, more like... the level right under that, you know? Like, right... Rob is a little bit better online, but I'm talking offline. Keep in mind, this is an offline tier list, by the way. This is a theoretical offline tier list that I said. If a character's better online, I'm not counting that. Game Watch is the level right under the top. Game Watch gets camped out by a lot of characters. You can see this very visibly when you watch MK Leo fight Meister with literally any sword character and 6-0 him or 3-stock him. The problem is a lot of people don't know the matchup. But I do think Game Watch is amazing, but I don't think he's on the level of the characters I just said. I don't think he's a contender for best. I think he's like has very good and very bad matchups. And best in the game characters have like nothing worse than 55-45. So yeah. Yeah, I think like Game & Watch, Pac-Man, Rob are similar level. Actually, Rob and Pac-Man are probably better. But Game Watch is easier to play than... Well, actually, no. The thing is, this is like where it's tricky, because it varies a lot on the matchup. Because some of these characters have really, really good matchups, and then they have really, really bad matchups. It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors a lot of the game. But yeah. I was going over the characters who I thought could be number one. If I didn't name the character, that means I don't think they could be number one. I think they could be really, really good, but I just don't think they could be number one. Like, tier list-wise. Based on theoretical maximum potential. This isn't exactly a tier list. It's more that I think these are the contenders for number one. So I guess it's kind of a tier list, but more that, yeah. It's more that I think these characters can be the best. Lucina's not a contender for best. Dude, you know Proto, the best Lucina in Japan, dropped Lucina for Palutena, and then dropped Palutena for Min Min? Proto is the definition of play to win. He used Lucina, then he switched from Lucina to Palutena, and then he switched from Palutena to Min Min. And now he's winning all the turns with Min Min. Or doing really well and or winning with Min Min. Very frequently, at a lot of events. I don't know if you've been following, but... Proto went from Lucina to Palu to Min Min. Definition of play to win. And getting the results. Consistently. Japan is dominated by Min Mins. Of all types of levels. Not just top level, but a lot of different players that you never heard of. Suddenly, now they're a turn threat, or winning tourneys, or ranking high with Min Min. There's a lot of them. It's just that Americans don't know because Americans follow American meta more. So Americans know about Meister's Game Watch, all the Robs, all the Young Links, the Sonics is Sonic and stuff. We know about that stuff because it's familiar to us because we see it a lot, and it's on Twitch and stuff. But that's, again, different meta, different game. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, offline Min Min is even better than online Min Min, which is interesting because online Min Min is considered to be ridiculously good, and then apparently the character's even better offline. Also, apparently her nerfs were like so small that it basically doesn't matter. No, I think Zero Suit is definitely top 5 best in the game contender. There's a lot of contenders for best in the game. I think a lot of people don't realize what play to win really is. If you're winning the match, guys, if you're winning the match, you can literally play with the timeout mentality with Zero Suit and mix up air drift and fighting with down B and running away. And as that timer ticks down, you have to make risky plays and reads. And when you have to take a risk, that means your odds of winning neutral are less over the next few seconds. So as long as Zero Suit gets the lead and threatens that possibility, then her mixing up timeout with fighting with a lead is very, very beneficial. A lot of top-level Smash is this, and a lot of people don't understand that, or they don't want to admit it or acknowledge it. This is even more true online, but offline she can do that. Now, this isn't even the best. Now, you can also just be fighting with her, as you see Mars 1 Genesis without, like, just by fighting aggressively. So there's multiple ways you can play. The character is very flexible in a play-to-win environment. This does not mean jump into the opponent and do landing there every time. This means play to win. Be winning at the end of the 8-minute 3-stock game. A lot of people don't understand that is all you have to do in Smash, technically. It's just that people don't like the way that looks or appears. But there's a difference between liking the way something looks or appears and who is logically the best under play-to-win conditions. Think about having a $1 million turn. What if every turn had a $1 million prize? Then think of the tier list based on that. Understand what I'm saying? Pretend Smash had a $1 million tourney every week. And it was offline. Then you think, what is each character's max potential? You know what I'm saying? That's how you have to think of it. That's what tier list really is, in my opinion.